I was in a Canada compare kwa Japan, ni nyuma wa bie no my Ghana muhano. I ade say amani pampani fu bi yamashi omopa. Wa brenne kwasi kwati e bie so.
Means ebia obi almost Ken they were very temperamental. But obi what could donate 245 picks up our party. What donate 100 brand new picks up our party 2004. 2008 donated 77. Osama 2008 now Osama $2 million. What donated 245 pickups as the same party in 2008 general elections. Not party chrono, so almost a BB chow one here will be
200 and saying.
My main can be 2000 for instance, so donated 15 brand new pickups.
Okay.
Trucks and my party.
Okay.
We share the year 2004 on my 100 brand new pickups and my party. We share the year 2008 or the camera 77 Russian trucks at the support party no. And 2008 your call second round no. One and a partner company no more party no $2 million at the call second round.
Like monetary contribution.
Yeah, monetary contribution, yes. We had the same 2008 now. We donated 245 brand new pickups, startup pickups Emma party no.
245
yes. And
at a go,
yes. And we just selected fewer. Send another philanthropic job, but I'm just building a case. Say una ohwakuti bibi mu say. No be at the corner chia ho. One who ya kwa obefaswa canon no e completely different from obi a ne teku na na simple anya dey enkomu. So yes, instead of people seeing him as Ken they were temperamental no. I mean, he is somebody who is overly passionate about the things he believes in. And there are 1,000 and good aspects of Kenya. I mean, Obi, I have politics since 92 Okuma Obi. There has not been a single instance say, you're pressing any corruption charge or allegation of corruption on such a person. You think such a person, that character trait say, or incorruptible, we cannot exploit it for the betterment of the country. Nipa onutimi kan the party assembly. You think he's not disciplined, he's not bold, he's not courageous, he's not fearless. Somebody who can challenge the status quo. And then by party made a decision. He challenged the status quo. Today, the evidence on the ground is me say the party people rather believes in the status quo now are challenging. You think such a person cannot be a leader? So
but I'm occupy the office of president, no? When a fellow is overly passionate.
Yes.
That is a problem.
I'm coming. Maybe I answer Hono.
Okay.
But to land on the point I'm making with let Ken be Ken, they say yes, Ken. Obviously, everybody have to overcome certain shortcomings. Everybody has to progress. Everybody has to grow. But the principle that we're establishing in let Ken be Ken, they say there are 1,001 reasons about on the character personality of Kenya. And also assume we do not need to alter it.
Okay.
So let him be who he is. In terms of discipline, in terms of his courage, in terms of he being fearless, in terms of so obitima creating numa, obitima fighting corruption, obitima looking into his own party people and challenge the status quo. What is lived, let him be who he is. Don't let us define a presidential material for us, because our presidential material now as a attractor. Oh, say acquire say a script we na play. Solomon mo na start your Bible baby kiss or bar who say nipa nyina ho no afa kora no apagya no no afa na fo no e ko no nko mfa kora no mpagya no ana afa you cover that boy mo beto aso no obu ma ati okay wala nsemu ne asigatem ne atigatem. If there are strong institutions and strong system with strong leadership and pragmatic leadership, you don't need a president or kujina gatemate. Here say ubekwa kobo biti ansa no ato abaye de amon. Ye politicians so kwakoko obi benku. All in the name of that, we need to get somebody who appears humble, who is yes, humility is good. But now, especially with the last election, winning an election goes beyond humility. Yes, it's a combination of humility, courage, and boldness. You get that character trait in Canada, Japan. So that's why we're saying that man changes status quo. Don't let us redefine a certain presidential material and now say you define who a presidential material should be in the context of Ghana. And yes, I will make somebody who can really cause revolution and transformation for our country. That's why we meant let Ken be Ken. Yes, but it wasn't the way say I say yeah, can say bibi and Fonso Ken. But
that is what that tagline seems to be communicated.
Exactly, but at the end of the day, it boils down to communication. We say, no, we are not saying, say, Bibu or Ken, Obi, me tell you, me interview me no obey. Me na ye fa professors of languages and communication someone trans. Obi won betimanya no ma bibra me kan ya no musu se ka se me dana na kakra. Meboa. Nanka a toss mummy nipa be de editumu. Can ye nipa? Me throw videos whitewash and obi see me who. No matter what. I mean, me a crime me some of the videos me share. Yeah, do the difference where they ever do. But Obi, the average Ghanaian, and the reported that World Bank reported that say by 2013 there will be 1.2 billion job hands. Out of that 1.2 billion job hands, about 800 million of them will not be in existence. Only 400 million will be in existence. Obi, Ghana Statistical Service was so bad Ghana ha. 80% of Unkofo a Juma Hano. They are paid less than 3,000 Ghana cedis. Oh, come back to Ghana, the unemployment rate is 14%. But the people who are unemployed, are actually underemployed and underpaid. The same Ghana Statistical Service Habakacho said 20% of Ghana are living in abject poverty. 80% are earning less than 3,000. Now we had as what the Petro say. Now we are Yasakacho said the remaining 20% now can only live in abject poverty. Into your population, the population of people are one more live say wealth and not even wealth, decent life in Ghana. So live decent life with decent meaning. They won't be up to 0.001%. What I say, all these people are there, and for all those people, they are more interested in say, Papa create jobs more. They are more interested in who can help them live the Ghanaian dream. Just like America will live American dream, or you could live the UK dream, but in his own country. But
in terms of the job creation credential,
yes,
you've heard some of Mamo Party for who say the person you are talking about say, or what the acumen to create jobs. What he is known for, any government contractor, or any real wild entrepreneurship way in a way implement when you take real entrepreneurs, you will not put him in that category because a government contract, boom, 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 na onye no ebi no dem party for this whole day are more than assembly. How do you respond to that?
Obi wadaroma, mama fa some few no edwuma kakra minimum say me nante enche you.
Sure.
But kakra minimum say fruit land can Japan here dey ebie.
Fruit land,
yeah. Omu process anka.
Ewo hin.
Ewo Asen Central Region. The entiama the factory say no operationalization one from they say or install machines no within 2 months na the whole Ghana process anka wa hanyina wi. Into raw materials no kwa anya dey anyhow. So, I found quite Ashanti Steel.
It means that company is a good.
But in terms of viable, I found quite Ashanti Steel. Ashanti Steel, so a Japan,
Ashanti Steel.
Ashanti Steel. Yes. There be, I know the OB in the Tamaha and the steel factory. The D Ashanti Steel.
Okay.
I know agro processing company, friend, Amantim Agro.
And also Accra.
I need to confirm baby I know Amantin Agro. Central Sugar Shake in Japan there.
Central Sugar
Shake in Japan there.
Oh, the yes,
Central Sugar.
Hey,
I'm a found cook a Nicole store business. Asempa cool store in Japan there.
Asempa FM your cool store.
Yamudiana. At the Paco store in Japan there. At the Seman cool store in Japan there. Anna at Juniper cool store. I near the biggest cool store in the whole of Africa in Japan there.
I know now only.
I know only. I will so na two can Japan there. Oman FM can Japan there. Ash FM they can Japan there. Na radio can Japan there. So and this will be catch me say can Japan juma wo ye nyina a supplies. First of all, there is nothing even wrong with so be your supplies provided so your supplies no nyam fa so or say the best of mine. Hey, you wo nipa mako ha. And our supplies, and we timid supplies, they move 10%. It criticize you, my Kruma, and a Kahani from Koto Dine, and a be uncle for Mamma, so we may Mrs. say, and Kaya anymore. And what is so wrong with a Ghanaian person? And that is why Obuha, of course, me own reservations about Muhammad in Indiana, but no more me principle, me de cut all the conversation, they say, it's our contract way. Say legality be any, not suspicion be any man. Now there are options of said China and any other Ghana and today. What I say, me, I have that philosophy. Forget about where party stands, which I respect party's decision. So that we will do the politics of it.
Sure.
But Ghana ni Benya. Se Zoom line obenya. Se Bahima ha obenya. Se Kenya Japan obenya. Na sika na ka abakroma. What is so wrong? What so wrong with that? Nti one more moka no ye government supplies. No ye when me amini capre kwa se me mma kwanya kwa my government supplies. But beyond the government supplies, he's demonstrated a mark of entrepreneurism. And that is what I've listed to you. Nti enye obi kasa me nkase sini who the way we make can say is based on information or ye or what. Enuntino or mananya sign in as one yede a cassa. Now, a government supplies that is Unyas side of a party now and come for so many. Now, no man bobo ye say few things away. $6 million cardiothoracic center, one more issue 37. We have government contract now, what they are, and the party for Ghana for Bacachos another papa now. Sir, a health worker, sir, one more cardiothoracic center, where so one more or more $100,000 American training me. A government contract, no, you, no, the or your supplies, no, the bar M1. You do COVID-19 or donate $200,000. The same COVID-19 anchors on 100,000 pieces of face masks, 100,000 hand gloves, 10,000 gallons of hand sanitizers. Joby, so your government supplies. Now we don't fast now the boy who say media means for so be a day. And yet I'm on your semi ya can we can ask him be that names or government contract. I've ever asked him. I said almost no cassa. Yes, so Canada no cassa and a mere course so a course elections. 92 Wakasayo, they're not Tiano Tio. 96 Wakasayo, 2016 Wakasai, and not 2016 Timmy win election.
Maybe in those years, no, more opponents, no, and you soon a voice as a more major campaign plan. Kinti Osha NDC last 1 month to the elections, no, or last 2 months to the elections now. Almost all their TV adverts, no, had a voice of Kennedy Japan.
It will be say. And this is never Ghana Hano. No more here can Japan's voice to tell them say economy baby and janenge.
No, they knew say and this is from Kwa Kotua Bar. They needed one medal. And for those people, no, some of these things may have swayed them.
Can Japan a kai MPP for be brought man Kotabano. I mean Ushi Nipa Kotabano.
Yeah.
That's over 2.1 million difference.
Sure. Sure.
Can Japan a kai or more who say baby or manager and a hot chabum. Can Japan Casa Nami who say if we had to do race for Yanye. I mean, we should move beyond that. So our conversation on what the BAM here, the scam may go outside the core report. People may also import what they believe cause as the lesson. Can Japan is not the saint. Yes, we admit Senator Kennedy Japan no more be brave or Sebio from Afanya the entry. But you see, do you know the true hallmark of a great leader and the true trademark of a great leader? You take responsibility and look into the people's faces and say, "Most mommy."
But you've also heard say,
"Okay,
for honest,
most mommy."
Yes.
Baby, a coin. This is our outcome. On behalf of the party, I take full responsibility. We will come again and we will make it better. That is it. But when it happens, say, you say, as soon as you can't say, or Bentina can't say, a man hadring. So, to this, Japan Casa and a man 2.1 million MPP for Farmer Trouble. And then this is for sure, sir.
You've heard, sir, in the period and more year internal primaries.
Yes.
You know, and no, the candidate spoke directly to party for no. The narrative from the Kennedy Japan camp was to the effect, say, oh, Omodidi Ejamo. Modi omoba ehe omo na power omudidi. At that point now also that seed of indifference in party for say oh Modi Eja idea and fire and the mo am konkoto maba. And that bitterness apart for nya about omo party no the seats no were sown by
school placement.
Yes.
Me na me ministry of education.
Yes.
Party ni betima fro so here school placement. Or fro also oh ahode ni ho okra ni access ntimi moa. Or pem so a week time, no I send a message a bit break your heart. No I send a screenshot. I've paid 20,000 to pay somebody and it has been done. You thought Kennedy Japan reminded them of that. Party for the police are called Nyanko police. Police station executive. But now party need a ton slot on a man. Edge 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Kennedy Japan and then say Kyle almost say this is the situation that they are in. Obi Asante region. In terms of development gap, and Kumase Foreman, Kennedy Japan, you see, Okowa, last 2 weeks to election, in the end of this year, almost more communicators, almost so, more 3 projects are buying by wire was Asante. Now, almost friends so. A man also come who Kenya market and the central market.
Central market.
And Mammo, and okay, Japan a Kyle, say the tear. Don't let us say, you know. Yes, we need said dollar no at some point no COVID no ECH no ahode na ye echo from. Enti obi car na me sabe me Highlander mitchi no me say me turn 400,000 dollar na say no mo turn 800,000 we be turn 900,000 be 1 million and okay upon the car for exporters there's omoko ba see that here.
But those were the reality, I agree. But when you have a party senior person amplifying that, you are giving momentum to the opposition.
Let me tell you all what Kennedy Japan was doing is say if we don't correct those things it will cause our defeat. And it depends on how people want to understand and construe it. Say Kokobo ba say enka dollar na da 4 say I could do 17 say obibi or ho ye money ya na ye ntimi anwa and how do you blame or no for that? And Kennedy na say wa hode ba so na timi e cause for the whole party's defeat. They get fancies and go. But you see obi measurement ha enka ematifo nti say sebio Kennedy Japan will want to waive himself from responsibility, from the collective responsibility. No. Internal context. Obi Obeka just say internal context now affected. Yeah, obviously affected us. Maybe say senior or Chinabino. I mean, when we have a proper honest conversation, you know, so you say how people were even treated by the party apparatus from all ranks. And why you know. Near was it 169 sisters
169 and 137
yes sir yes we candidate we a presidency candidate young contest we when the same position we and about 137 to the extent say speaker of parliament party for members of parliament I think they had their own preference ekoba I also ekochia ye honso ye ho kire ye lusu member of parliament you know Professor Koi is speaker of parliament there echi we dey ye hwe kwan ye fa so conduct ye primaries presidential primaries and I've always held the view say Dr. Baumia would have still won anyway because whichever way he was the establishment's choice and ordinarily and naturally people were aligned but let's say ben except ye kwa it appears as though almost all members of parliament are following one person. All appointees are following one person. In terms of party structure, from national to a formula, OBI follow one person. Oh yes, answer.
But there were some MPs who were following other candidates.
Why?
You say no MP followed Kennedy Japan?
Why? But I'm just talking.
You don't use all. You say some.
Almost. Meaning they make a bobby. Mr. Adiame Marco as associate Mikasa. But look at the picture that you try. Oh man, yes sir. Oh man, nkofobisi the ediyaw. Because from 167, one person make a choice, and then one more make a form of silence protest. Then it came to 137. Okay. And then they made another form of protest. Then it came to the flag bearership. And also, no, this one I've made a view say, Yama no crack or naturally cry na Kadina, Kebede, Kebebe, and Osano, Umaya, DB, and Emma, and Ipabia, the Akumo.